My name's Justin, that's Jenny, and yes, it is still winter in Alaska. We're deep in the Alaskan wilderness today, camping with no tent and no tarp and no shelter. We're just sleeping under the stars. We're gonna be cooking 2 subscriber suggested meals, attempting some bushcraft, and trying not to freeze throughout the night. Let's get to it. Starting the day out here, -8 Fahrenheit.
It's just t-shirt weather, that's all.
It's gonna be cold.
All right, we found a flat spot. We're gonna try and get into the trees and see if we can find a comfy area for tonight's sleeping under the stars. Yeah, it's real deep in spots. All right, I think we found the spot. It's looking pretty gorgeous. We're gonna dig down, get a fire going for lunch. We got something special going, and dig a spot for our sleeping pads.
I think right here.
That should be pretty good. Get the party started. Oh yeah, it's super dry. See if we can get some flames going. Wow, that's catching fast.
Yeah!
Fire changes the whole vibe. This is so nice.
Well, I'm going to take a break for a little bit. It's time for lunch, and Jenny's going to make some food. Today for lunch, we're doing a suggestion from Letha Thorpe. She's been a super supportive subscriber, and she suggested ham, green beans, and potatoes. And we're going to do that in a foil packet over the fire. Jenny's going to add some mushrooms to mine because I love mushrooms. Yeah, let's get started.
I'm Jenny. Welcome to my mountain camping cooking show. Today, we're going to be doing those foil packets. Thank you, Letha. That sounds amazing. So I'm just going to go ahead and start cutting everything up and get all the packet stuff ready to go into the fire. Now some of these taters. I know what you're thinking. Jenny, how'd you hurt yourself? Justin's usually one that hurts himself, but it was actually his fault. He made really delicious bread. And I've never used one of those fancy bread knives before, you know, like the weird saw-looking ones. Yeah, it didn't go very well. Gonna do the dishes as we go. We got some ham that I just chopped up at home. Got it ready to go. I don't know how much you want.
A lot.
Justin said keep going, so.
That's a lot of ham.
What the heck? Some pre-sliced mushrooms. Ooh. Ah! Ah, man down. Got some green beans. Gonna get these mixed up and get that oil incorporated in there. Then we'll add some seasoning. Oh, there's hardly any mushrooms in there. Sorry.
Still looking mighty fine.
Thanks. Gonna get some pepper on these.
A lot of pepper. I love pepper. A little dash more on there. Just a little. Just a little bit.
Is that dashy enough? Garlic. And we're sleeping on in the open, so.
I can smell it from here.
I know, it's strong. Smells good. These are actually pretty handy. I like them. Onion powder. We're going to add a little chili powder to Justin's. Toss. Get these bad boys folded up tight. And these are double layered, so should work pretty good. Okay, now we get these on the fire. Woo. Perfect. We'll just check on these in about 25 minutes, see how they're doing.
Well, while I'm waiting for lunch, it's time to have a snack. I'm going to have some of these meat things. I'm getting real hungry, not willing to wait, so. Pretty tasty. Original smoked sausage. Contains no actual nuts. Oh. So we are way out in the Alaskan wilderness here, down a trail, and way out of cell reception, and there's a helicopter that keeps bombing by here. Pretty low. I don't know what the heck's going on, but they're out here for something.
All right, it's time to check these bad boys. Ooh, ooh. God. Oh, yeah.
A little steamy.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely done.
Sweet.
Game on, babe. Game on.
All right, there it is.
Oh, this smells good.
Thank you, Letha.
Yeah, excellent choice.
I'm so hungry.
Warm food on a cold camp out. It's actually already starting to get cold. Well, this is the spot, man.
The potatoes aren't quite pulled down on mine.
Oh, my potatoes are done.
That chili powder is like...
Tonight we have another subscriber suggested meal that's going to be amazing. So stick around for that. That hit the spot. It was really good. Thank you, Letha. If anyone out there has any ideas on what we should make on the channel, put it in the comments below. We do actually respond to those.
Well, now that lunch is over, I think Jenny and I are going to have a little bit of a bushcraft build-off. So let's get started. This is a nice big one right here. I'm going to take a slice out of this. Right about there. The old silky saw. Actually, I forget how things kind of shrink up when it's cold outside. I got to warm this thing up a little. Warmed her right up. This should get the job done. By the way, I want to say thank you to Silky again for sending me this Katanaboy 550. This thing is going to be cutting through a lot bigger wood, and I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check them out. But let's test this out first run. Oh yeah. Just cut this thing probably 18 inches thick. That saw works awesome, and I'm out of shape. All right.
So I am making a stool, and I'm just looking for some straight pieces so I can support my seat. I think these three will actually work pretty nicely. That one's kind of rotten a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. And I don't mind the small saws. It's all in how you use them. So I'm gonna get these 3 cleaned up.
You got something in your hair there.
Ooh. Just kidding. I don't know. Well, we just threw this down and it's really rotten. It just straight up split. So back to the drawing board.
A cottonwood dead stander. Falling down snowshoes is a pain in the butt. So we're having a little bit of a hard time finding non-rotten wood around here, but I think what my goal is here is to take this log, I'm going to make some wedges, and I'm going to try to split this thing in half. And the flat side will be what I sit on, and I'm going to put some legs on the other side and try to make a bench. Might not succeed on this one because of the rotten wood, but we're going to give it our best shot.
Well, my Bushcraft chair is not going to work out because it's really punky wood and I can't even get the hand auger to go in. This one did kind of okay, but this is just so rotten, it's just not going to work. So going to have to try it on another trip.
A lot of rotten wood around here.
I tried. Bushcraft.
Sounds like it might not be rotten. I'm going to try to take a piece right there. By the way, some of you may have noticed I'm carrying my handgun again. Bears are starting to wake up. It's that time of year. They are getting out of hibernation now. We've actually had a few questions about why I carry a firearm sometimes instead of bear spray. In the freezing temperature, bear spray is just not reliable. The cold temperature reduces the pressure inside, and that can be bad. And on certain windy conditions too, bear spray is not going to be helpful if the wind's not in your favor. So sometimes it's just better to bring a reliable protection like this. Let's get back to the shenanigans and see if we can't fail a second time.
What are you trying to say?
By the way, I'm making a mallet here. Sawed around this, I'm going to kind of split this down, make a handle on this one side, this, and then we're going to split this log in half, or die trying. So I think I want to split this way. I've got some rotten area over here. If I split it this way, where my legs will drill in, it'll be in a little bit solid, hopefully, and have the best chances of this working. Make a line right here, drive some wedges in and see what happens. Huh. Look at that. This ain't gonna work. This one's not gonna work either, but we made a mallet today, so that counts for something. Not too bad.
Need lots of firewood for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so good.
It's my hard-working wife.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody working as hard as my wife.
How's your arts and crafts? I'm just kidding. Mine failed.
That's messed up.
Mine failed. I'm bitter about it. It's okay.
All right, we're gonna go a little non-traditional, and I'm gonna try these Blackbeard fire plugs again. This time, I've got some of their stormproof matches, and I'm gonna see how good these things actually work. Wow, those are fancy. Several matches. God, those things sound brutal. We're warm now.
All right, guys, it's time for dinner, and I'm making lasagna. Lasagna and garlic bread. I mean, come on. This is another meal from a very supportive subscriber of ours, Rick Whitson. He wanted us to whip up some lasagna and garlic bread, and that's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to start off by oiling the pan, and I'm not quite sure that's going to come out. Oh my. Yeah, we need to warm that up a little bit. So since it's frozen, we're going to try and thaw it out just a little bit, set it there long enough to... Holy cow, that's hot. Aye! Don't do that. That's not smart. We just need enough to line the pan. Nature's spatula. That's doing a terrible job.
Yeah, working.
Okay. We're just going to start layering. And I'm not going to do too many layers.
Ooh.
Wow, this is like...
Thick and hearty.
kind of harsh. Calm down. We are going to try the oven-ready lasagna. I've actually never used this before, but supposedly it's ready to just bake. You don't have to boil it, so I kind of feel like I'm cheating a little bit.
We're working smarter, not harder.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to wing this.
Oh.
We're going to do a little bit of mozzarella. We already shredded this stuff at home.
And by a little bit, she means a lot of bit, right?
Well, yeah.
Cheese.
We got more for the top.
Cheese.
I didn't want to do ricotta, so we're going to actually do cottage cheese on this one.
Smooth it out.
Then we're going to hit it up with some baby spinach. Who says you can't put a square in a circle?
What? Oh, that's my wife.
Yeah, so what are you guys doing this weekend? What are you making for food? Where are you going? I need to know. I'm nosy. We're going to top it off with some cheese. So we've got a bunch of just like Italian seasonings in here. I'm going to put this on before I add the cheese. Usually that gets mixed in, but you know, stuff happens. Let's cake this in cheese, shall we? In here we have Justin's homemade sourdough bread, and there's garlic, butter, and seasonings and all this fantabulous stuff in here. So we're gonna get this on the fire and get it cooking.
Well, since we're on a Bushcraft failure roll today, we're gonna bust out the non-Bushcraft tripod, because why not? So we're going to be, sheesh. So we're going to be flying 3,000 miles south here in a couple weeks to pick up an old body style Ford that we have wanted for a very long time. It's a beautiful truck. We're going to drive it all the way 3,000 miles back up the Alaskan highway and camp our way through Canada. And we were thinking about filming it for the channel and posting it. I don't know if that's something you guys would want to see or not. It wouldn't be the typical bushcrafty shelter building stuff. It's just going to be us spazzy goofballs camping along the highway on the way up. So let us know in the comments below if that's something you'd like to see. And if not, then
Don't watch.
yeah. What she said. All right, while we wait for dinner to cook, I'm gonna set up the bedding and get our sleeping bags out so I can get fluffed up to full loft.
This is actually my favorite way to camp, is like wide open skies, because nothing beats opening your eyes and seeing northern lights or the moonlight, the way it hits everything. It's magical.
Like that.
So the forecast doesn't say anything about wind or snow, but just in case something actually comes our way, we do have a tarp that we're just wing it.
We'll adapt.
We'll adapt. That's gonna drive me nuts. Let's see if dinner's ready. It smells really good. Oh, that smells so good.
Success!
Yeah, that's done.
Yeah, it's very done. That's perfectly done to me. Tasty cheese.
All right, it's time for food. I'm hungry. Are you guys hungry? Oh. It's burnt.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. That's all right. Oh, man. You sit that there precariously.
Maybe the, Thank you, Rick, for the suggestion. This smells really good.
Yeah, thank you. Excellent way to finish an afternoon in the woods. The cheese is like crispy perfectly.
So since my bushcraft utterly failed earlier, there is something else that I've been wanting to try for a while. We do need to boil water for our Nalgene's in order to warm our sleeping bags up. So I am going to make a snow rocket stove. I'm gonna hammer some sticks down so we can get some air pull through underneath the pot. Nope. Fingers crossed. Well, I mean, in a pinch, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to get all of this to a boil because there's actually a lot of water in here. But, I mean, if you just needed to, like, fry up an egg or, like, heat a cup of tea, this is pretty cool. I'm just hoping it doesn't collapse, like that back support may go at any moment. This is also the first time I've ever done something like that. So,
yeah.
You know what? Yeah, it does pretty good.
Yeah. So I think we're going to use the stove for the rest of this. I've got an MSR Dragonfly. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check these out. I've used it on quite a few excursions and pretty awesome stove. So let's boil some water. Just like that, little stove. Definitely want to make sure these things don't leak. That would be really bad. Did you see that? Ah, hot! No, I'm just joking. Well, somehow I managed to slip on ice, fall directly inside this sleeping bag, and it even zipped up on me, so looks like I'm stuck for the night. But the sooner I can get to sleep, the sooner I can have Jenny's breakfast tomorrow, so we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. It got down to 1 degree Fahrenheit. Actually, it's 1 degree Fahrenheit right now. But despite that, I got
probably the best sleep I've had all winter, outside at least. I sleep pretty good at home. There was essentially no wind throughout the entire night. It was dead silent. We didn't have any uninvited guests come by. It was very, very nice. But I think we're going to get up and get some breakfast going and start the day.
So we were supposed to have coffee and breakfast burritos this morning, and the bag that had the tortillas and the coffee in it got left home. So we're gonna have hard-boiled eggs because they're frozen, and sausages and cheese, and maybe some cinnamon flavored water. Well, these started splitting since they froze and blew out of the shell. I'm just gonna get them going. All right, I think these are probably as good as they're gonna get. Pretty cracked, but that's okay. The other stuff is fine. I don't know where these. Oh, here we go. Where do you guys store your sausages?
So we were going to try to go without a fire this morning, but it's a little too cold for that. So we're getting a temporary fire going here to warm up. It's critical.
So we've noticed that when the eggs completely freeze in the wintertime and we go to boil them, just to do like hard-boiled egg, the egg whites stick to the shells and it's pretty much impossible to get them off. So we are going to be having that for breakfast.
Yeah, buddy.
We go in the usual salt and pepper. Get some mushrooms in there. Going in with the secret ingredient, cheese.
Oh man.
Cheesy mushroom, egg yolk.
Ooh-wee. Time to eat.
Okay. Okie doke.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not really hungry, so I'm just gonna have a sausage or two.
Can't beat sausages in the morning. You know what would make this better though? Is coffee. This is good. Tell you what, putting these sleeping bags away and these stuffed sacks, it's a little bit of a workout. Done.
Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment because we love hearing from you guys, talking about whatever you want to talk about.
That's right. Thank you guys for watching.
Have a good one.
We didn't forget the camera.